Welcome back to season 2 of Cross Sections, the podcast where we talk about everything as it relates to Sections the band. I'm your host, Kenny D, and today we have a very special treat for you. They say that fishermen are the brag boaty fish. So what we're going to do, we're going to have the persons who eat the fish brag about it for us. I hope you can understand that analogy. Right now with me, I have two very special ladies, and these two ladies were both they both played with Sections, the band, last year, and they just wanted to come on the podcast and tell you about the experience. Over here with me, we have Tiffany. Tiffany Wagwan.
Good.
And Angie, what's going on, love?
Yeah, I'm
We
good.
got Angelica and Tiffany with us here in the building. How you ladies doing?
Very
Good.
good.
Good. How about you?
I'm great. I'm great. So Tiffany, we'll start with you. You remember what section you played in last year?
Last year I played with Fantasy 268.
Oh wow.
Was
Okay.
it Reflections? I think.
Reflections.
Yeah, it was Reflections last
See, they know more about it.
year.
All right. So what was the experience like for you last year?
All right. So last year was actually our first time playing. And
Wait, time out.
Mhm.
Time out. Hold a second. So you're trying to tell me that Sections, the band, you know, created your first mass experience,
Yes, it was.
and you're playing mass again this year.
Definitely.
So you don't know how that means. All right. Well, go ahead. Tell me what your experience.
So given that it was our first time playing mass, what better band to play with than a first time band section?
Right.
So our time last year, I can speak for Angie too. We had a great time.
Amazing.
And I can tell you one thing I love the most, one thing that pulled me first
Right. Tell me.
were the food options.
Yeah,
I'm a
man.
foodie, I love food, and there were a lot of fantastic food being called and advertised.
Yeah.
So they definitely had
And
my
we
attention
were
there.
Sections was the only band to have like a Roman kitchen, pretty much. We had our food cooked on the road live with you. You went
Yes.
along with your food. You didn't have to worry about nothing. The food part was definitely, a set above everybody else when it comes to that thing. And this year, the food is going to be even more amazing. And we're going to add some extra special things to the food
That's
as well.
awesome.
Definitely. So, by definition, you're a day one,
Yes.
right? You're a
Yes.
day one. What section are you looking at this year, though?
So given that I'm a Pisces
Okay.
and a beautiful water sign,
What a sad baby.
I'm gonna be in the blue section. That's
Okay.
what's the name of it? I think Shandy's the
Yes,
designer.
yes.
I don't remember the name of it. All I know it's the best section.
The water section. Yes.
I like it. So, Angie, I didn't know this was your first time playing math.
Last
Why
year was
did-
our first time.
Why did I think that you had, a long history of putting on your feathers in costumes?
Because section gave us that environment to just thoroughly enjoy breaking our mass virginity.
Let me ask you something. And I think why? I want to know why. What about section did that for you?
For me, I am big on feeling safe.
Okay.
No matter what, no matter where. I like to party, but at the same time, want to feel safe.
Okay.
And I looked at when we did our research, we decided, listen, we're going to do it this year. So the year before, we did T-shirt mass,
Okay.
and we survived. So we were like, okay, let's take it up a notch.
Right.
Let us do full-on mass,
Okay.
pretty mass, Monday, Tuesday.
Hey, careful.
And we're gonna do all Monday, Tuesday. We're like, listen, because it's our first time, and we always like to be a part of something that's fresh, that's new from the beginning. We're like, okay, this band is for us. We know Colbert, we know of his work ethic, and anything he puts himself into is always going to be great. It's going to be different. And if it is we're going to be breaking our mass virginity, why not do it with someone who's breaking their mass true virginity? And so that safety, it's not going to be a very large band, and I like that as well. So you're not going to feel overwhelmed. The crowd is not going to be too much. As Tiffany said, the food options. We saw that, and then the drink.
Yeah. For sure.
He said he was gonna have prosecco, so I can jam on the road and drink prosecco. Big up himself. Big up yourself. He was on the road, filling up my little bottle with prosecco. You
And-
can't get anything
and
better than that.
I'm gonna say this right. This year there's no holds barred on the drinks. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that right there. You can interpret it how you want, but we going all out.
What's this
And
prosecco?
it was very easy to get your drinks on the road.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Easy. You weren't
Very.
fighting into any crowds. You weren't running behind the bar or anything. It was easy getting your drinks.
Mhm.
And it was easy getting your food.
And the bartenders remember you, so you go there. You don't have to say what you want.
Yeah.
I just saw he just grabbed a bottle of prosecco and is like, okay, let's go. I was like, thanks. Like, say a word. So that was an amazing experience. So of course we had to do it again.
So, are you playing in the water section too?
That is correct. I'm a Scorpio.
Hey, so for those who don't know, I'm a Cancer as well. That's also the water side, right? So,
That's fine.
yeah. And the night that the band was launched and all the sections were revealed, boy, I fell in love with the water section. I might be a little bit biased, a tad bit biased, but you know what I'm saying? Big up to all the ladies who are going to be playing in the water section for sections of the band. So, what about sections that you thought was kind of unique?
The concept that it's sections, it was a band that allowed other costume designers to be, to me, I don't know, I don't know the inner workings of it, but you saw their themselves being an individual, their creativity was not held back. So you had, like, we were with Fantasy 268,
Right.
and her costumes were so different than the other costumes, but for some reason it all meshed on the road. So you had that individual creativity. I'm a creative, so I love the fact that they had that level of freedom, and the fact that it meshed, that no one seemed to be dominating the other section.
Mhm.
You understood your role on the road, and everybody just mesh pretty well. I think that was something amazing. It was the first time I'm seeing something like that. Collaboration is big, and he has led the way that as costume designers, as creatives, you can collaborate and have something beautiful.
Yeah, so a lot of people may not know this, or if you don't know this, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. The reason why sections the band exists is we wanted to, of course, create a unique experience for Antigua's Carnival. We wanted to give the people out there something that you've never seen before. Now, of course, the band has an overall theme, but the different costume designers, they have the liberty to create their costumes with their own imagination and fit the theme that they're going with, as well as the overall theme for the band. And it also is a nice opportunity for persons out there who want to try an experience that's new, an experience that's fresh, to be a part of it. All right, it's a unique thing. You're not gonna get an experience like this anywhere else except with Sections the band, and you do it in a way that, although they're different sections of the band, it's one band. We have one amazing experience. We party and enjoying the road.
Yep.
So prosecco for you.
Prosecco for me.
What are you drinking this year on the road?
I'm drinking whatever she's drinking, but it's the food for me.
So we had the soup, in a previous episode. I'm not sure again. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but just forgive me. In another episode of we were talking about the soup options that were on the road last year.
Yeah.
They had lobster bisque soup. Oh boy, let me tell you what. They had goat water.
And the goat water had in goat.
It was really good, and it's not only on the road. When we got back to our base, there was a whole ton of food there again. You wanted something else to eat too.
For sure.
So there was a lot of food options, and they were all delicious.
Right. All right. Well, ladies, I want to thank you for coming through. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the road again this year. There's a lot of things that's going to be happening leading up to Carnival for Sections the band. We were the first band to launch. Yes. We're going to have our games night, our consolation parties. And so many things are going to be happening. And I know you guys are going to be coming out and enjoy yourself. I'm looking forward to see you in the water section as well. And let's have a good time on the road this year.
Definitely. Definitely. Respect.
You're locked into Cross Sections, the podcast where we talk about everything as it relates to Sections the band. This is season 2, Section the Band Turns 2, and we're going to have a good time on the road. Thank you again to Tiffany, and thank you to Angie, my Prosecco queen. And see you next time on Cross Sections.